Hey, what's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I am so happy to be here. Happy to have you back. Happy to have me back. Hey, yesterday I had a good time making these videos. Well, yeah, yesterday I had a good time making these videos, and today I would like to close out the Cardi B versus Tasha K court case thing that is happening in real time in the state of Georgia. I'm going to wrap it up by calling this video here when things go wrong, flagging, doxing, and so on, because it's the perfect segue into me leaving this topic and going to something else that will roll into something else. And they all connect though. So before I really get into it, I'll start the intro. That's the who remember that noise? Yes, face, FACE from Nick Jr. Oh man, only people my age. Woo, know what I'm talking know what I'm talking about. Let's get into this intro so I can get into the video part, because I'm gonna have a blast once again. Okay. Step into the camera, LA. Step into the frame, please. We need you on your mark, effective yesterday. Well, I am on my mark. Maybe if y'all paid me, though, I'll be here on my mark on time. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to see that side of me. Oh. So I have some notes this time compared to yesterday, so I can stay on the course. So what I would like to say is, okay, the title is When Things Go Wrong, Flagging, Doxing, and so on. A lot of you know what that is, and a lot of people don't. So I will educate you on that so you can stay abreast of what I'm talking about in regards to this case. A quick run by is there is a case going on right now here in the state of Georgia, and it is Cardi B versus Tasha K. Tasha K is a YouTuber, and she is categorized as a celebrity gossip person for YouTube, and Cardi B is a music lady, and she raps and stuff. So there's two celebrities on a different spectrum, but nonetheless they are both in court over some serious things. And the first case that both the ladies went to, Tasha K, she did lose. But there's another case that is going to go forward in this year. So hopefully everything will be squashed by the end of this year. I would hate for this to roll over into next year, because this would mean this is, 2019, 2021. This would be 3 years in. 3 years in, that's a long time. Woo! So what I would like to say is there is a video to reference and tie all these things together per the people I mentioned in the second half of the video to now. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the Armon Wiggins show. Some of you are, some of you aren't, but he's right up there with the Tasha K's, the Lovely T, Wiley show. JD Black is getting on, and so those types of people in the celebrity gossip column. So let me share my screen so you guys can be familiar with who I'm talking about, so we won't lose one another. So we've got share screen. I'm talking through this process while I talk to you. Share screen. And if you're listening to me talk, I'm using the platform StreamYard, so I'm actually talking the steps out loud, so you can kind of pick up what I'm doing when you use StreamYard for the first time. Okay, Chrome tab, the Armon Wiggins show, share, Share. That was a quote from the Lilo and Stitch movie when the two aliens, they were fighting over food or something, and they didn't even want to share. So he was like, share, share, and she was like, no. It's such a good movie. Okay, so here we are right here. So for those of you who don't know, this is the Armon Wiggins show, and his catchphrase is get in here, everybody get in here as the show starts. And it's got all this loud music going on, like, oh, how is it? Wow, it's really live though. The show starts like that, and you say get in here, get in here, get in here. So for this platform, it says, if you like to mix tea with comedy and a hint of shade, then you are in the right place. At the Armon Wiggins show, we love everyone, but sometimes we have to give a little tough love, which is true. I can say, since watching this show, that on his platform, he brings on a variety of people, and he's talked to a couple of celebrities too. I think that's pretty cool. I think he was in contact with Missy Elliott, her kicking him out of the VIDS Awards. And then years later, she gave him a present to apologize. This YouTube world is crazy. So that's for sure. Non-bias, gives a good opinion. So join August 18, 2015. So everybody can know what his platform is about. And so I put on here on the Armon Wiggins show platform, he had a video uploaded called Cardi B files new lawsuit, exclamation point, against Tasha K production company TV Studios. Now that was crazy because, I mean, this has been going on so long, I didn't follow everything word by word, but man, now she's going after Tasha K's studio. That's some big stuff. So his video was premiered and streamed January 8th of this year, and it's already up to 50,951 views. So that's good. Way to go. So, you know, I'm learning some of this stuff about the case, just like some of you are learning. So we're kind of learning this together. That High School Musical guy, we're all in this together. Get out of the way. I'm talking to our pet cat. He was sitting right here by the lamp, hogging up all the attention, all of the spotlight, all in the video. You know, gonna say it every time something get in the way, all in the video. So going back to the video, it's that he made. It's called Cardi B files new lawsuit against Tasha K's production company, TV Studios. Once again, that's some serious stuff right there. But what I like about this video, he said during online calling, like his caller session, he conversed over the internet phone line with a woman who goes by the name of Lisa, capital Lisa. I believe it's Lisa, because I had to play it back a couple times to make sure I caught her name. So they were talking about regarding the outcome if either party, be it Cardi B or Tasha K, were to win. And Wiggins said, while I quote and paraphrase, he touched on points about things that I thought about, but I've had a hard time figuring out how to put in the order without sounding jumbled or sounding like I was talking out of both sides of my neck. So I just left it with what came out naturally, and when I played the video back, it sounded perfect. But I did, after the video was over, I did want to add additional things to it. So I'm saying all that to say, after listening to that video, it jogged my memory to add additional things of how this could go left for YouTubers, including myself, if Tasha K were to win, how the results would be bad, possibly based on the grounds that that means you can kind of go around slandering people and saying things as if they were true without facts. So that can be a slippery slope. So that's what Armon Wiggins and Miss Lisa were talking about. I wrote some more notes talking about that. Let me speed down here and see where I left off at and do my best to stick to the notes and not go waver too far. I'm turning the page on my notes. Okay, so they conversed about the potential possibility YouTubers and celebrities could face when either Cardi B or Miss Tasha K wins. I was thinking the same thing. So in that video, there was a timestamp where I froze the video on my Android phone, Team Android. It says, what, 1.05.50. And then when I paused it again, it was showing me two different timestamps. So I'll say both times because there was a time that said 1:05:50. Then the other one said -22:13. But between the two times that you type in or speed through his video to find those, that's where the conversation starts. That ties well into what I'm talking about, which will lead into the next video I'm presenting today. So just to let you know those times, and I'll put them down in the description so you can go right there and stay with me. I'm so happy for modern technology. It lets us see the time so we can get to where we need to get. So this is the part I did quote, that he said, "So what happened if Tasha K wins this case? What does that look like for Cardi B and everybody else? Bum, bum, bum." And that's true. So Miss Caller Lisa interjects with a way more than an as a matter of factly tone. Indeed, she sounded highlight over the notion and semi-interjectly responded by saying this. Then every celebrity on the face of this earth just better buckle up, strap up, because she is gonna drag everybody and their mothers. End quote. So that is scary, which goes into what I was thinking that I forgot to add in yesterday's video. So what the two of them were saying that they are weary about, but what is kind of happening now is the fact that although Tasha K is known for her alleged slandering and providing speculations without alleged proof, or aka receipts, on the platforms in regards to talking about celebrities such as R. Kelly, Miss Cardi B, and other people affiliated around the surviving R. Kelly saga, and the list goes on. Some of the things that she stated in her interviews and such are presenting to be allegedly not all true. So if Miss Tasha K were to win this case against Cardi B, that means it would give a lot of the YouTubers who are already doxing and flagging and intentionally bullying YouTubers that they may be jealous of or feel some type of way about, it would give them more ammunition, more fuel, more fire, more strength to start harassing people more so than what they already are, because they'll be like, if Tasha K did it and she beat megastar Cardi B, then we can go on and slander and lie on people we don't like, people we're jealous of, just so we can make a quick bag, we can make a quick coin, and there's nothing they can do about it. And that's the scary part about this. I looked on the brighter side yesterday of how it could help us, for the fact that we YouTubers are people too. We have normal lives, and a lot of us that are starting to take this YouTubing game seriously and have turned our platforms into businesses and etc. and so on. So we don't want people just randomly, running the smear campaign, which I unfortunately have been seeing happening. And there's a group of people I follow where they're actually going through that right now, and they're in court because of a smear campaign from another sector. Just it's just running them through the ringer, and it causes YouTubers to lose fan base. It causes YouTubers who have their businesses solely based on social media to lose endorsements, advertisements, because the low vibrational YouTubers are slandering and making salacious allegations that aren't true, and is taking money from the YouTubers who are making an honest living. It's taking money from their pockets, and then on top of that, they have to sue. And then on top of that, being in this YouTube life now is still fairly new, so the courts are they're not going fast enough to keep up with the changes. It's so new to them. We don't really have the courts really don't have all the equipment to fight this stuff. They have it up to a certain point, which Miss Lisa references Miss Lisa references that we go back and take some time to look up. There's a clause in here. I wrote it down. It's called Section 230. It's called Section 230, and it's some type of conduct or something in regards to social media and all that jazz. She said it's really long, so she didn't read it online when she was on the live call. I glanced through there, but man, so that is what I wanted to talk about yesterday, so which I'm talking about today, because it does tie into the stuff that's actually happening right now as we speak in this present day. And according to my notes, thank God I wrote them, because I'm really picking up where I left off. Since prior to this C-19 thing happening, YouTube streets were starting to turn up a little bit. You know how when they have the saying where you put a pot of water on, and you put a frog in there, and you can cook him and he won't even know it because you slowly turn up the heat and slowly turn up the heat. Well, that's what's been happening across the board in YouTube land, at least in the African American sector. And African American sector runs this, I guess you can say, empire, or what in the YouTube sector where they call it the beef sector, BEEF sector. And it is what it is. It's a lot of drama, and where a lot of this stuff that's spewing out, for example, the Cardi B and Tasha K case, is coming out of the beef sector, and the other group of people I talked about is coming out of that sector, where they do a lot of flagging, doxing, harassing, and all that stuff from just to get a click in the view. And who said that? Miss Miko always says that. She's a good YouTuber too. She's like, what would you do for a click in the view? But she gets excited when she sings it, because when she I was listening to one of her live podcasts, and she was talking to like a panel of women, and they're just calling in talking about how they don't like how YouTube's changed and how they're, bothering people, including herself and her friends. And Ms. Miko was like, nowadays people on YouTube, for the wrong reasons, they're just here for the bag, and they'll do anything and everything just to, get a dollar. And that includes, slandering someone's name, making false allegations, because people just like the mess. And so she was like, what would you do for a click interview? And she was like the Klondike bar commercial, and get it, hey. And I was like, oh. So she's been saying that like in every video now, but it's true. It's sad but true. So I really thought that was good points that they brought up during his show, because it ties into reference of what's going on today between stop sharing screen. What's that? Sharing YouTube.com. Live and learn. So yeah, so it ties into what's going on in real life now, and I can learn a lot from this. Once again, it's scary because this is happening now. All types of things. It's happening before our eyes, and the courts got to really catch up and get it together, because it's just going to expand. This is where we are now. So they have to have another subdivision that is able to be on our side to defend us, because us YouTubers who are like smaller than like the Tasha K's and everyone else I've been listing, it's kind of like we don't have that star power to kind of help us fight if we were to go to court, if somebody were to start doing that on our platforms that's been happening to them. You know what I mean? So that's where we stand. It's a whole new world in this social media thing, and everyone who's considered is treading lightly and watching this event unfold. I'm going to look through my notes really quick and see what I need to touch on. So while I do that, I will play my cool commercial of the hashtag Meowcat.
Order a mask. 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 Buy 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 a mask. Order 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 a mask. Buy 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 a mask.
Yay, I'm back. Oh, I want to share the screen and break up some of the stuff I wrote by reading to you the definition of these terms that I've been throwing around, this YouTube jargon. I want everybody to stay with me. So let's see here. Share screen. Share. And share screen. There we go. Chrome tab. The first definition is, so, here it is. Share. Well, that's the wrong one. Not what I'm supposed to read to you, but one of the windows I have open that y'all can't see. Hold on, it's recipes and stuff. Recipes. Girl, what you about to cook? None of your business. How about that? Ooh. Here we are. Flagging on YouTube. So according to Google, what does flagging on YouTube mean? When flagging a video, human flaggers can select a reason they are reporting the video and leave comments or video timestamps for YouTube reviewers. So I wanted to get a little more in depth on what that meant, because it was so vague. It's like, okay, is it either left or right, here or there? That's not enough. So here's the next question I pulled up. Is flagging a video on YouTube anonymous? The answer is we rely on YouTube community members to report or flag content that they find inappropriate. No one man should have all that power. No one man should have all that power. Oh, yeah. What's up, Kanye? So I'm singing that song because that's exactly what's happening. So we rely on YouTube community members to report or flag content that they find inappropriate. Reporting content is anonymous, so other users can't tell who made the report. When something is reported, it's not automatically taken down. But in these cases of watching a couple of YouTubers who are still standing from since when I started making videos, which was in 2012, this flagging thing has been abused because content creators, when they make videos, these anonymous people are flagging and flagging and flagging their videos, and they get so many people. They work together like worker bees, like how Beyonce has her, what is it? She has her bees, right? Her beehive. Nicki Minaj, she's got her barbs. You know what I'm saying? So they work together. When someone is on YouTube that they don't like, they may not even read the title of the video. They just know that he or she is going up to make a video, and then they just push that flag. So it interrupts their stream, or it gets flagged so much that YouTube just takes it down. And that's not right. That's where YouTube's content creators are in the fight at, because if you're a good-hearted person and you're doing good, you're doing your thing, it's no different from high school. People are going to hate, find some way to sabotage you, and by YouTube making this anonymous and letting people just flag content that they deem inappropriate, despite the fact that it says viewer discretion advised, they give a warning that XYZ, you still go in and maliciously do this stuff, and YouTube don't have a handle on it. That's another reason that's putting fuel to the fire to let all these people who are low vibrational YouTubers come and attack people who are about something, because no one's monitoring us. They're giving the wrong people the wrong say so. So I believe with this case, I'm saying all that to say I'm thankful that this case is happening, because it shines a light on even the YouTubers who weren't that big yet, like myself. I have under 5,000 subscribers, and I've been on since 2012, but I really love what I do, and I love my platform. So having this court case thing happen can really get the courts light a fire under them, because they can see how serious this is. There's a YouTuber who's been in the game since I think YouTubing started, named Tommy Sotomayor, and he gets flagged all the time. He was on Vivica Fox show. He was on, I think, was it Tavis Smiley show? He's got like kids and stuff, you know. He takes, and it's like there's a certain sector of people who every time his video goes up, it gets struck down. And he made a video because he's got a movie company. So he made his own video called A Fatherless America, and it's basically about how he fights for African American men, but men in general. He's part of the men's rights movement, where he fights for men who can't see their children because their baby mothers are being vindictive. According to what he says, allegedly, a lot of the people who are flagging him are his own people, African American people, who don't agree with what he's saying, and they don't like that he's helping African American men and men across the board fight for the rights for their children when their baby mothers are being, you know, vindictive. So his stuff gets flagged down all the time, and then it got to the point where the video that he made to buy like DVD, they even found a way to boycott the video, and so nobody can buy it. He can't even sell his stuff. That's how serious and sick this can be. So if you go on Amazon right now, type in A Fatherless America, the video will come up, but it says, sorry, unfortunately we don't know when this video will be available, or if it ever will be available. So that's too much. I want YouTube to have their eyes on this Cardi B versus Tasha K case, so they can use this as a tool and a guide on ways that they can do a little more restricting and tightening up on how easily it is to flag someone's platform without even doing thorough investigation as to why they're just taking it down. They're just taking it down because YouTube is a big entity. So what they're going to do is, if majority is constantly doing it, of course they're just going to take it down and squash it, because people just have to keep moving. But there needs to be a team there asking, hey, why are so many people all of a sudden flooding this person? Why is it always a pattern? So when she comes on, or he come on, or a panel comes on, that as soon as they snap on live stream or anything, preferably live stream, why is it always spiking? Because when you think about it, YouTube, these top tier YouTubers who I'm talking about, if they're constantly getting flagged, that means nobody's getting advertisement. You guys are losing because these people are big. You probably don't care because what did you say? A million people are uploading videos every day, but you had to be considerate of the people who were there kind of when YouTube first started, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have been able to evolve, because I'm quite sure you watched them evolve and structurify your rules based on how these YouTubers who started out then and who are up there now, you know, blah, blah, blah. So let's kind of dial it down. I know the Rona is still going on, but you guys are so tech savvy, so you can incorporate a team to do this stuff from home to tighten up these flags on the plays, because it's got people shook out here, especially since the 19 is running around. People are at home. They have, you know, don't have jobs. So this is really, some of them have been forced to have YouTube be their full-time job. And that scares people all across the board. Big YouTubers still, and the small ones, and people who want to begin. And it shouldn't be like that, because even though YouTube can be turned into a business, you want to have fun while you do it. You don't want to be wringing your hands, sweating because you're worried about people who are jealous or just lazy, not wanting to see other people shine, and knowing that they have the capability to shut you down like that. That's not cool. So I really urge that you guys do something about it. Once again, I am thankful that this case is going on, and I do want to say to Tasha K, you know, I'm sorry that this is happening, but you are a pioneer for being brave to just go on with the case despite how you went about it, because you're bringing light into YouTube, and like from A to B, from the negative side to the positive side of how YouTube can be reshaped better, built better, so we can move forward. Because if they don't stop, a lot of people are going to leave YouTube for the fact that YouTube can't keep their people in line. So I'm going to go through my notes. I'm having a good time talking about this. I told you what flagging is, and I gave a really in-depth description on what that is, so I know you understand how important it is. I want you to take time to think about that. And if you would like, you can always write YouTube where they have a tab, you know, send feedback. Anybody out there, you can write to YouTube and express your feelings on how you don't like how it's so easy for your work or your family or your friends or your kids. Stuff can get taken down so easily without really any verification as to why it could be offending you. Not everything is offending everyone, but once again, they have disclaimers and stuff. So I urge everybody to write to YouTube in the feedback section and explain how it's not cool for your livelihood to be shut down. People are right now, for real, going to court over this stuff. That's where it's gotten, YouTube. People are losing money from their businesses. People had to come out of their pocket to pay lawyer costs and stuff. Just listen to these people when they're on live stream. Then they have real life families they have to take care of, and then their kids are of age, so now they're seeing their parents go through all this stuff. Let's just work together like how the haters work together, and let's all write to YouTube in the feedback part talking about how it's not cool that it's so easy to get our livelihood snatched away without due process, like Tasha K and Cardi B are going through. Due process through the courts of YouTube. Whew, I need something to drink. I'm about to play a song real quick. I have some Fruit Loops here. I'm going to munch on a few Fruit Loops. Crunch, crunch, crunch. They pretty too. It's like blue, green, yellow, orange. I'll play this song. You guys go grab a snack, and I'll do the same. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. How many seen the Super Size Me movie? Put hands in the air, yeah, but put hand emojis up in the column. And how many people seen the Super Size Me Part 2? Put hands up in the air, hands up with emojis in the column. You know, they show, 6 or 7 well-fed children in the classroom singing this song happily. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. Super Size Me is it's a great movie. Our son and I was watching that a few times. It's hilarious. I don't know how that man made it through eating McDonald's every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the longest month of the year. Okay. Let me see here. I have something in my notes I'll go over really quickly. So I'll put like in closing towards the end of the internet cell phone conversation, Miss Lisa closed out by referring to Armon Wiggins on the audience once again to section 230. She semi-urged us to look it up. Miss Lisa also mentioned her past experience via Armon Wiggins' platform and other people that I did mention are already or have already had false allegations and stuff applied towards them anyways. So with that I took it to connect the thoughts in my mind that freely slandering other social media personalities over social media platforms therefore slowly gave birth to the beef sector in the YouTube. So what I'm saying is, Ms. Lisa closed off by asking us, suggesting that we read section 230 and also mentioning that she included, plus on the Armon Wiggins show, plus other smaller YouTubers that I talked about who are going through these allegations right now in court. It's been happening since before then, and no one's really been doing anything about it. So if Ms. Tasha K were to win this case, it's like people have been doing it already and getting away with it. So in a nutshell, what difference would it make? So it was kind of left open-ended because in my mind, I interpreted that it being left open-ended, that's kind of bad. Because when it's left open-ended like that, it's kind of like that's all you can go into court with that same feeling. And that's gotta not feel good, walking into court in new territory with opening answers and kind of being the guinea pig of how things are going to go in history as far as social media is going to get changed due to this case. Woo. Thanks, Tasha K. Thanks, Cardi B, for just going through this whole thing. And I really hope that everything works out the way it's supposed to be, justly, fairly, so it can affect and reflect a good wave for the YouTubers who are here, who are still in the fight, and the upcoming ones and their kids. Flagging, we talked about that. Doxing is bad too. Ooh, that's the second tier. I'm going to read to you what the doxing is. Share screen. Chrome tab. Chrome tab. Who's bad? Michael Jackson Chrome tab. Ah, Wait, I'm doing this. Let's see MC Hammer there. I don't sing of Michael Jackson. I got the order of things all backwards. Moving forward, pretend you didn't see that. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. You didn't see that. Doxing. Share. Here we are. And let me check out my other screen. At the stream. Hiya. At the stream. There it is. What does doxing mean on YouTube? Question mark. Doxing happens when someone uses documents, public records, social media comments, and online activity to expose the real identities of people who want to remain anonymous. Doxing happens when someone uses documents, public records, social media comments, and online activity to expose the real identities of people who want to remain anonymous. That is why a circle of people I follow who are in court now because of this. When YouTuber fans, or they like to say stans, YouTuber stans take things too far, or I like to say haters, like to just take things too far and reveal things to the social media platform that are supposed to be private. No thanks to being able to pay an X amount of money to do criminal record background checks. I mean, you're not, just because you do a criminal record background check doesn't mean that gives you the right to share it on your platform in a malicious way just to bring someone else down. So that's actually happening too as we speak. Woo, it's a lot of stuff going on YouTube. So you can get doxxed on YouTube. Content that threatens individuals. It says, can you get doxxed on YouTube? Question mark. Content that threatens individuals is not allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow content that targets an individual with prolonged or malicious insults based on intrinsic attributes. These attributes include their protected group status or physical traits. If you find content that violates these policies, report it. And I'll wrap this doxing part up. It says, is doxing a crime? It's spelled, well, you can see it on the screen, but it's D-O-X-I-N-G. Doxing involves compiling personally identifiable information, P-I-I. P. Ew, wash your mouth. Go to your room. Doxing involves personally identifiable information, also known as P, about a person and disclosing that information publicly. Even though there are no specific federal or state laws that make doxing illegal, doxing can get you arrested for related crimes. So there lies another sticky situation where things have got to stop being blurred in the land of social media and technology, and have got to stop being gray. I mean, I would like to say bullying, social media bullying was the first wave of this stuff happening. So between the time, which to me seems like 10 years ago, it seemed like the court system should have had something in play, at least under a clause of bullying. But as you can see, to this day, 10 years later, it's 2021, there's still no guidelines that are solid to help stand for us people. You know, we don't really have anything strong enough to fight for us. So we can come in there, do our research and say, according to this. So this needs to be tightened up. And that's something that a lot of YouTubers from all walks of life are talking about. All walks of life, meaning like different platforms, from the DIYers, the cooking shows, the people who do book reviews, TV reviews, even the children's platforms. Best believe that they're not just attacking adults and teenagers. They're going to try to attack the children's platforms too, because that's just how some people are. So I'll read this part again just so you can see the seriousness behind this and how I urge you to write to YouTube just as much as these people who are writing to get us shut down for no reason but just being sick. Let's just fight back by writing to YouTube, submitting to them our plea that they put something in place to not let this be so easy. Is doxing a crime is what it's saying. Doxing involves compiling personally identifiable information about a person and disclosing that information publicly, even though there are no specific federal or state laws, even though there are no specific federal or state laws that make doxing illegal. Doxing can get you arrested for related crimes. Speaking in all this, what is it, lawyer jargon? Jergens lotion. Is it a sign that I'm mashing? Oh, let me check them elbows. I'm good. Jargon. I'm going to look up. There's a YouTuber that's on the rise, and it's a real life lawyer. I need to find. Let me see here. I did subscribe, but you know, if you don't listen all the time, it don't come in your feed. So when you start back listening to the YouTubers, that's when it'll start coming back. But you probably already know who I'm talking about. It's a lawyer. He brings everybody on the platform, from small YouTubers nobody's ever heard of to big time YouTubers. Here it is. The lead attorney. The lead attorney was just basically interviewing the social media person. And they have a whole, wow, that's another group of people. I forgot they're trying to go to court. But yeah, so basically he was saying this stuff is so new to him too. So it's a lot of gray areas. So even when people do call in with YouTube questions in regards to stuff that I'm talking about and explain to you about, he really is kind of just grasping for straws because there's nothing too much solid there. So it's like, man, what do we do? But yeah, I wonder if you can see the screen. I might just bring it out. What I'll do is just bring it up so everybody can see, because this website is good. It's very informative. And once again, it is from a real lawyer. And he gets on live and answers people's questions pertaining to whatever it is he can answer. So let me bring that up so you guys can go there, because it's very informative. The more help you can get, the better in times such as this. So I wonder if it'll let me what I want to do is type it in first. I gotta type it in first. I gotta do all this typing. I'm just playing. ATTORNY. You guys, this is so fun. I can just pull everything up just like this, and all you have to do is just sit back and wait. It's better than using a typewriter and then an encyclopedia and at the stores. You know how many paper cuts I would have had trying to look up all this stuff? I wouldn't even been on here right now because I'm still would be trying to look through books and stuff to tell y'all all this stuff. The video probably wouldn't have been on till tomorrow. And it's 11:32 and it's almost tomorrow. All right, I found it. So I'm going to share screen. Technical difficulties. Okay. Tab. You know, it didn't even come up. But y'all can't see it yet. I'm learning. So what I'll do is find that page. I'm learning, guys. I'm so happy. I am learning. Yay, I did it. Okay. to make sure the video don't play, because I don't want to get disbarred from being qualified. Okay, here it is. The lead attorney about the description says discusses your legal questions / issues in a one-on-one telephone conference with the lead attorney. This here apparently is a link to the scheduling, so maybe when you can call in about such topics or something, so you guys can stay the course. So it says here, guys, my inbox is flooded with legal questions from all across the country. There's no way I'll be able to respond to all these legal questions via email at this point anymore, but you can call in. There's live call-ins, because I've been listening to the live call-ins, listening to the advice from the attorney, and it's some really good advice. YouTubers have been calling in too. But unfortunately, at this time, when it comes to the stuff I'm talking about, it's so much gray area that they are grasping for straws. But I will say, don't give up. We're all in this together. And if we keep making videos about this to spread the word and seeing the seriousness behind it, I think more people will do what they can to come together to make this a smooth legal transaction. So shouts out to you. Thank you for helping the YouTubers figure out things. Thank you for helping people figure out stuff via like family court and all that. Thank you for listening to the smaller YouTubers, because we need help. And some of the bigger ones too. I'm going to stop sharing. Go back to my page. Wow, we're almost in that hour. This is good. I know what I'm saying is informative and helpful. And I want to make sure, what do I say? My I's are crossed and my T's are dotted. I want to make sure of that. So we discussed what flagging is, doxing. So flagging and doxing all ties up into bullying. And anything else that is like a harassment that YouTubers and social media people alike are faced with in this day and age in regards to social media. And all that ties in and piggybacks with this court case that's happening. So it can go either way, and I pray that it goes in a way that is in the favor for justice. I had a great time talking to you all, and I'll run this down here because I forgot to put it on there. That's my Cash App information, but I also have it down in the description. It's at the very bottom. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom in my description, you'll see, of course, first the hashtag. So if you go backwards up, you'll see the Cash App link. So once again, my Cash App link is down at the bottom in the banner. I did forget to put that on there because I just got right into this story here. But once again, if you want to donate, it's in the description. I had a great time again. This is great. I feel like a news person, but I'm doing it my way. I don't have to dress up like that. And I still can share some news and educate you guys on some things. I'm getting ready to get on out of here. I'll probably fix me a bowl of cereal after all this yapping. or some cheese crackers or something. You see all these notes, right? My hands, I've been doing a lot of writing. My hands haven't been cramping up. Thank you, Lord. Usually my hands would cramp up. They haven't been lately. That's a great miracle. All right. We're almost at an hour, so I'll get ready to do the outro. This is me, Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I had a great time. Thanks for sticking around with me, and you best believe this will be chopped up into segments. If you don't have the time and or patience or wherewithal to watch the whole video, which I do understand, it'll be cut up. And my husband's gonna help me do the math. Oh, my husband's so cool. He'll help me fix this. All right, now let me see here. Brand. I played the commercial. I did everything. Have a nice day. Night. Dog. Something. I think the microphone is on, y'all, but the show is going off. So I'm up here crunching on these Fruit Loops. I sure forgot to turn the microphone off. Just because my face is going don't mean the mic is off. So that's what that noise is. As I unprofessionally crunch on food while my show going off. Get that woman a sandwich stack. All right now.